John Belmer,
I forgot.
evidently Sean Mapes, but we don't know. Big voice guy
trash
didn't
day.
tell us. Big voice guy didn't
I'm
tell
still
us.
getting paid for this, right?
I guess not. I think that is how it works. If your name's not in the intro, you don't get paid for this. Then it just
that
becomes
explains a lot.
Yeah.
How
It just becomes indentured
unfortunate.
servitude at that point. You're just here working, but
Volunteer
no money.
work, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We ball till we fall. That's how we do it here in the bullpen. All right, welcome in ESPN Radio 97.5. We're here with you until 11 o'clock. Usual shenanigans coming up, 11:30 Mount Rushmore +1. We'll talk some Astros in hour number 2 as they gave us at least something to be happy about temporarily. But the AL West lead remains just one game. But let's start with some football, boys. Cam, we didn't get to hear your thoughts on the Houston Texans. Sean obviously had a chance to talk about ad nauseum over this last
coverage.
week. Wall-to-wall coverage. So much coverage. You could. It was more coverage than you could shake a stick at. But what are your overall thoughts on what the Texans put on the field Thursday against the Raiders? I guess mostly the first-team offense because they got the one series before Stroud and the starters got pulled.
No, I mean they honestly they look good until the third quarter or second half,
Yeah,
if
that's
you
why
will.
I specifically asked first series.
But I mean it's preseason. You got to take with a grain of salt. But I will say I did go to training camp on Tuesday, and I really like what I saw out of the running backs. And
hold on. We got boots on the ground at training camp. We need to set this up more properly. All right, let's go out to Cam Smith, our man in the field at Texans training camp 2026. Cam, what are you seeing?
Well, right now I'm sitting on this fella's shoulder so that I can actually see the field. But the running backs are really
Cam
they're
Smith.
really running. No, but seriously, they like what I saw in training camp with Woody Marks and David Montgomery really like translated to what I saw in preseason. So I think that's a positive note because obviously last year the run game was abysmal and non-existent, and I think that they're going to get a lot more. But then there's the wide receiver issue. So
yeah. Let's start with the positive there. You mentioned the running game. David Montgomery, of course, didn't play in the preseason game against the Raiders, but Woody Marks did, and he looked spectacular. I mean, how much is that the offensive line, the starters opening up holes against a backup Raiders offensive line or defensive line? That's for debate. It's the grain of salt that you have to take with all preseason games, but they opened up a lot of wide lanes for Woody Marks to run through, and give him credit because on the touchdown round specifically, Sean, like he actually, despite being kind of labeled as receiving back, ran a couple people over.
Yeah. He had open holes to run through. He also had Las Vegas Raiders to run through in that touchdown run. But yeah, it is encouraging to see the offensive line moving people up front, even with the grain of salt that it is, not the Raiders A team, but I'm not sure if last year's offensive line would have moved the Raiders B team. So just seeing them move anybody in a NFL uniform is a sign of improvement for this squad, even with a little bit of a curveball that we got with the first team offensive line unit that we saw on the field.
Yeah, so let's head on that before we move on to what the moves the Texans made yesterday to replace Jaden Higgins. Cam, last we spoke on this show, we assumed Keelan Rutledge was going to be the center, and like news of a possible change started leaking out, I guess last Tuesday during the scrimmage against the Raiders at practice. But it seems like for now, Keelan Rutledge is moving from center to left guard. He is replaced at center by Evan Brown. And it's Trent Brown, not Braden Smith, as your right tackle. Ed Ingram and Ariante Erse remain at left tackle and right guard. But were you surprised by that move? And what are your overall thoughts on the shakeup of the offensive line?
I was a little, excuse me, pardon me.
You got choked up about it. Your boy Keelan Rutledge gets moved. It brings you to tears.
Glass eater.
He is a glass eater.
You know what? I'm not surprised to see Rutledge move out of center to guard. I guess I'm surprised that Wyatt Teller couldn't hold down a guard position. I mean, I was kind of assuming that that's what he was going to come over here for, and he was going to take that starting position. But we all know what D'Amico says. I'm going to put the best 5 out there. So these last 5 were, I think that's what they were throwing out in the first unit during training camp the last 3 days, and then obviously during the second preseason game. So on paper, it looks like this is the 5 that's moving forward. And I mean, on paper it looks better than last year, but again, they're still moving guys around that aren't in their normal position. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But I think Rutledge, no matter what, he's going to be a beast if it's center or guard.
Yeah, that to me is the takeaway, despite the surprise to the three of us. I guess less so you, because you're there, boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Texas training camp.
I will say none of the 3 or 4 of us. I'll include Belmer in this. I don't know.
Maybe 5. We could include Will Doctor.
Yeah, Will Doctor.
I don't know what his surprise
in the parking lot, or is he still back there?
Yeah, he's still back there.
Oh, okay.
He's not paying attention to us. Oh, now he's looking up and paying attention to us.
But none of us were as surprised as Troy Aikman was,
Yes.
where it took him half the drive to figure out.
He kept saying, Keelan Rutledge is center. He looks good. And finally, they showed like a wide shot from behind the quarterback. He's like, oh, that's not Keelan Rutledge.
Yeah, I even the first time he mentioned it, I was like, no, that. Is he not wearing 66? Like, I literally went to the roster to be like, no, he wears 66. He's playing left guard. But yeah, I my takeaway is that it's more of a Wyatt Teller story as far as why Rutledge has been spending a lot of time at center, and then in the first preseason game is playing left guard. I don't think that's a reflection on Keelan Rutledge's ability at center. I think it's more of Wyatt Teller at guard, and ultimately Evan Brown being, probably on the whole, even though it's a different position, he's getting judged at center and Teller's getting judged at left guard. But to me, it tells me that Evan Brown's been better than Wyatt Teller in training camp so far.
Yeah, because one of the ways you could have taken it was before we knew how Wyatt Teller would be used in that preseason game against the Raiders, you could have taken it as, well, Wyatt Teller's such a veteran. He's, 3-time Pro Bowler. He just doesn't need the reps.
Exactly.
So let's see Keelan Rutledge at left guard so we can get a look at the rookie at 2 different positions. But then when Wyatt Teller came in with the second unit, it's like, well, that doesn't match up, because if what I was hoping was true, he just wouldn't play at all in the preseason game. So I think it's clearly a sign that Wyatt Teller, they probably gave him up to, the beginning of this last week to look like the guy they thought they were getting. They realized he wasn't going to get there, and so now they're making the move with time for the guys to, we always hear with offensive line, like there's a 5 fingers working as a fist, right? There needs to be chemistry and cohesion with the group, so they need time to come together. And I think I kind of lean towards this camp that this is the group, because like they do have one preseason game remaining against the Panthers. There'll be a joint practice with the Panthers and Carolina as well, but there really isn't much left as far as data points to like look at as a reason why he would change it. So, I mean, D'Amico Ryan was on the record after the game saying, like, we felt at this time this is our best group. We'll continue evaluating. We're just going to put the best 5 out there. All the coach speak you would expect. But he definitely said, like, this is our best group now. And I don't see what would change that between now and Buffalo in week 1, just because there's not a lot left of the preseason in training camp.
Yeah, I don't see much changing either, especially since the third preseason game is almost just like another tryout.
Yeah, like, will they even play?
Yeah.
I don't think the first line will even play.
Yeah.
Stroud won't play.
So, I mean, yeah, we'll probably see Teller, but that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, if all the starters are out and Teller's in, then the die has been cast.
Yeah, and, taking away, because we got into this yesterday, where it's like it's not as bad as like the Kenyon Green, Blake Fisher misses for Nick Caserio, but it is more in the Cam Robinson mode of free agent acquisition. You think he's going to be the starter and end up being a miss that we see the Texans investing in the offensive line and just missing on that. I think if you take away the the idea of like the sunk cost of you give this guy this contract, whatever, I do think it's not bad that he's the backup, like he is at least like an experienced backup. Now you still hope that nothing happens to obviously Keelan Rutledge or Evan Brown to where they need to go past the best 5 that are out there. But if they have to, like it being Wyatt Teller as opposed to, some random jabroni, like that is a little bit of like, okay, if he has to come in week 6 or something, I'm not like scared for CJ Stroud's life.
Yeah, it's definitely possible that the upside of this is depth. Because you mentioned Wyatt Teller, Braden Smith too. Like I don't necessarily think Braden Smith is washed. Like Wyatt Teller could be washed. because of his age. But yeah, you might end up with more depth as a result of this. And I know you and I yesterday, Sean, were kind of talking like, man, you miss on Cam Robinson, wasted $11 million last year. Obviously, Wyatt Teller.
It's like $20 million between the two of them, right? Between Braden and Teller.
36 overall. Yeah, because it was 2 years 20 and 2 years 16. Yeah,
I meant this year. Yeah.
This year versus overall. But the way I've come to look at it since then is like, you know what? They may have wasted money, but given Casario's track record with offensive linemen, just to throw as many darts at the wall. Yeah. Maybe you may waste a few million. Okay, but at least you've got 5 offensive linemen that you think can protect CJ Stroud before you possibly pay him, if Branham's listening, $70 million.
Well, and I've heard $70 million.
I heard $70 million.
And I think another upside you could kind of take away or try and pull out of this situation is that with Teller not getting the starting position, I guess that's unfortunate because you brought him over for that. But that could also mean that Rutledge is just playing so above where they thought that he would be, that it's not even Teller playing bad. It's just Rutledge playing really good. So the fact that you have Wyatt Teller backing up this rookie,
the only problem in that is Evan Brown.
True.
Yeah. And I think it really tells you Evan Brown has played better than Wyatt Teller.
Yes. Well, or just true, but also Evan Brown
could be still a good thing. You could still make the same point with Evan Brown. Well, he's just way better than we thought.
Well, and I think Evan Brown has double-digit starts at center in his past. I don't know, but I haven't looked, so I don't know if Wyatt Teller's ever played the center position.
No, he's been a right guard. He was a right guard.
But I know Evan has at least played center before, so I guess they're more comfortable with him at that position. But
and clicking Rutledge into left guard, to me, it does raise, I guess, the expectation or the hope level for Keelan Rutledge walking into the NFL and making an immediate impact, because we talked about for the last couple months of he's playing a position he's never played before and learning on the fly, playing center,
having flashbacks.
Yes. Well, now if he's just playing left guard, you drafted a left guard.
Right.
You drafted a first-round left guard, and
you don't have to worry about him making protection calls
and all the positives that you see in Keelan Rutledge, whether it's the tape or even the flashes that you get in training camp reports. You're like, okay, I can buy into this with him being left guard.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's on the other side of the break, let's talk about the additions the Texans made to the wide receiver room. Jaden Higgins, obviously, we know early in the week tore his ACL, and they've since signed a couple veterans in Sterling Shepard and Zay Jones. Did they do enough? Do they need to do more for the wide receiver room? And we'll also touch on that $70 million that Branham threw out as a take and got taken as a report by nearly everybody in sports media. It may not be as crazy as we think. I'll explain on the other side of the break. ESPN Radio 97.5. You want to weigh in, hit us up on the HRP listener line, 713-780-3776. ESPN Radio 97.5. Don't go anywhere.
97.5. Hey guys, Joe George here. The biggest trap in today's car market, 84-month financing just to afford the payment. At D&M Leasing, there's a smarter solution. With their best-in-class Easy Lease, you drive a newer vehicle with the latest technology for a much lower monthly payment. No long financing, just a smarter choice. Call D&M Leasing at 713-290-1000 or visit dmautoleasing.com and tell them that Joe George sent you by.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
Get world-class Texas barbecue from pitmaster and chef Arash Karat at J-Bar M Barbecue. Dig into legendary brisket, house-made sausage, and all your barbecue favorites. Enjoy $15 buckets of beer and $4 well drinks every Friday and Saturday. Plus, meet our amazing J-Bar M team, including GM Hoffy Ferreira, and say hello to our owner, John Toomey. Visit J-Bar M Barbecue at 2201 Leland in the heart of Edo. Learn more at jbarmbbq.com and follow on socials at jbarmbbq.
If you or someone you care about are searching for a stable, meaningful career, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 66 in Houston wants to talk to you. For more than 125 years, IBEW 66 has supported men and women who build, maintain, and operate our electrical grid. Their paid apprenticeship programs in electrical construction and line work offer classroom learning and a recognized career in as little as 3 to 5 years. Visit IBEW66.com. Powering careers, powering the future, IBEW66.com. Hey, you got better things to do than think about your electricity bill, but how do you avoid the surprise of a high bill at the end of the month? Here's what I do. I rely on the guys over at Champion Energy. With their low-price, fixed-rate plans, there's never any surprises. Plus, the team at Champion sends me weekly usage reports with my projected bill amount. Again, no surprises. They also remind me when my contract is about to expire so I can lock in on low prices. Visit champion.energy to view a variety of fixed-rate offers. That's champion.energy. Promo code 1560. Promo code 1560.
This is the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Belmer, Cam Smith, and Brian McDonald.
All right, welcome back into the Bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5, on YouTube as well. Shout out to everyone listening on YouTube.
Definitely on YouTube.
Definitely on YouTube, yeah. We may be experiencing an issue on air, which
Definitely.
if you're hearing this, then you're not listening on air, I guess.
Exactly.
Or
That's
if you
always-
are, tell us because then we can stop stressing about it.
That's always the thing where it always blows my mind when people are like, if you can't hear us on radio. Well, if you can't hear us on radio, you are not listening on radio right
Right,
now. Like,
I
I'm
know.
always like, what are you? Oh, okay.
I
Pet peeve over. Radio pet peeve no one cares about over.
I also love when people promote services that if you're watching, you would already have it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
like
yes.
like some of the like subscribe now to whatever streaming service. Like, well, I already have it. Clearly, I'm watching it right
I'm
now.
watching.
Anyway, so welcome back in the Bullpen. Brian McDonald, Cam Smith, Sean Mapes, and John Belmer back with us here. Going until 11 o'clock, of course, or no. Going to 11 o'clock,
Yes.
10:30, Mount Rushmore +1. I think I typed out on the show tweet 11:30 Mount Rushmore 1+1, but whatever. It's Saturday; they'll figure it out.
Paste issue.
Yeah, I just typed it in. It wasn't even. I can't even blame that. But let's talk about the Houston Texans and what they've done to.
You did lie.
I did lie.
You
It
did
says
lie.
11:30.
And
Damn it!
I will retweet this to spread
False information.
misinformation.
Well, we're doing that at the station now. That's the thing we do. We spread false information.
I hope it's as it spreads as far as
As
one
Branham's tweet.
Jeremy Branham.
I don't know if Polymarket and Yahoo Sports will pick it up or Sam Munson from
I
PFF.
think I can get Monson.
You think you get Monson? All right. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Let's talk about the what they've done at wide receiver. Of course, the unfortunate news early in the week. Sean and I were on air at the time. We were just about to have to force ourselves into talking Astros, and Jaden Higgins bailed us out by tearing his ACL.
Oh,
Question
that's
mark?
the injury you were referring to.
Yeah. What other injury will we be talking about?
The one that you made fun of me for as soon as I walked into the studio last night.
Oh no, I'm not going to bring up Chargers centers right now. It's segment 2, Cam. We're not talking Chargers centers.
Tough break for Biotish.
Yeah. Just it's all right. You got at least another couple weeks with Sean.
Well,
Slater
you know
before
the
he goes down.
The odd thing is I'm pretty sure that the Higgins injury happened the Tuesday I was there, but I don't.
Well, he walked off under his own power,
Yeah,
which a
it
lot
was-
of people
yeah.
like.
I was
they
gonna say-
very
DJ
strange,
the enemy, like,
yeah.
hey, he walked off his own power. He should be all right.
It was very
Well,
deceptive. There was like no
Practice didn't
news or
stop and, like,
visuals
yeah.
of anything of that happened. So
yeah,
that's why I
I
was
don't
like,
think
cry.
anyone knew the severity.
yeah, that's why I was
definitely.
like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But since then, because we saw that preseason game, Hutch, who, if they had to play a game tomorrow, would be they did this on Thursday. He is the outside. He is the outside starting receiver opposite of Nico Collins. Like Tank Dell's not ready to go. Jalen Noel's not ready to go. Plus, he'd be a slot receiver anyway. Like the second outside receiver right now is Xavier Hutchinson, and the best thing I can say about him as a receiver is he's a good blocker. And even then, he blew a block against the Raiders where he was lined up in the slot and the guy crossed his face and made a tackle for loss on what he marked. So I am extremely out on the idea of going into this season where
Really?
they have Super Bowl. I know it's a bold take. I'm on the limb here.
What about on fantasy? You drafted him
No,
in fantasy?
not drafting
No.
for fantasy. But to rectify the situation, they made 2 moves, Sean. They signed Zay Jones and Sterling Shepard. Your immediate thoughts? Problem solved?
No.
No?
I'll say not problem solved.
Not problem solved? Damn. Not
Um,
problem solved.
No. I mean, it helps.
I was
I mean,
hopeful.
They are bodies. To me,
I think that's really full stop. They're bodies.
To me, it's like when Graham Mertz tore his ACL, and it's like Brett Rippon. It's like, thoughts on Brett Rippon? No. I will not watch him play the third quarter of the preseason game.
I didn't watch it.
Apparently, it didn't go well because I did not know that they lost the preseason game until we were on air the next day.
It did not go well.
I was completely unaware that they.
Yeah, when I turned on the TV, it was 20-3, and I woke up the next morning just to look at the box score. I was like, oh, they lost. Okay.
I watched the entirety of that game.
Why?
I was at
You got money on it?
No, I was at a sports bar visiting a friend, and I was just kind of like,
Oh, okay, but you're
so
like
passively watching it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there was like 4 of us in the
You were like,
in the
Rippon
bar.
just missed a read. But yeah, that to me is what it's interesting because Sterling Shepard for most of his career has been a slot receiver,
Right.
so that falls into the level, like we're talking about with Noel, where even if Noel gets healthy, he's not actually.
That feels more like a Noel's not going to be ready than it is we don't want Hutch starting on the outside.
Exactly. So Zay Jones, I'm sure, like he is an NFL receiver, or is he an NFL receiver?
I don't know if he is anymore.
Okay, he has been an NFL receiver.
Oh, Johnny's missed those Mount Rushmore plus ones.
Yeah.
I've done 2 weeks of NFL quarterbacks who aren't NFL quarterbacks.
Which
as
does-
my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, there's a
plus
lot
one.
of those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
See?
okay. So you,
See? Johnny's with me. See? It makes sense, Sean. I don't care that they're playing the NFL. You watch that guy play, he's like,
it's
that's
just
not an NFL
it's
quarterback.
just not the way to
No, it's
describe
not
that.
Sean's been very triggered by this, Johnny. He's been very
He is
triggered
an
by it.
NFL quarterback.
No,
he is in
he's
the
not.
NFL.
He's not.
Playing quarterback.
Graham Mertz, not NFL quarterback.
Well,
Brett Rippon, not an NFL
They
quarterback.
may put on an NFL jersey, but they got XFL talent.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
Graham
Johnny gets
Mertz-
it.
That was a
Graham
good one.
Thank you,
That was a
Johnny.
good
Welcome back,
comparison.
by
Is
the way.
sitting somewhere with his leg
Extended,
elevated.
yeah. Been there.
And he has to hear this him getting chirped by
Hey, I
Brian
tore my
McDonald.
ACL too, in a far less athletic.
Graham
way,
Mertz deserves that.
How'd you
though.
tear your ACL?
but, in a mosh pit at a concert.
I think that's slight.
What concert?
That's in the same ballpark.
That's where the
as-
story gets worse, but I don't wish to
Oh,
share.
what concert?
Insane Clown Posse.
A high school battle of the bands when I was in high school.
Oh,
When you were in high school, that's
Yeah.
That actually helps
But
the story.
It does, but it also.
If you would have said like, I don't know,
were you carrying
Rapped
a,
or something.
Were you carrying a trombone, or
no.
were you not in the band?
Are you being serious right now?
I don't know, man. I didn't know
don't
you in
think
high
it was
school.
that kind of band.
No,
No.
it was actual like rock bands.
yeah, like
Oh,
marching bands don't have mosh pits, Cam.
would be
maybe.
awesome.
Who
That's why I asked
knows?
if he was serious. Welcome to the show, Cam Smith.
No,
Getting-
wait, you said maybe. No, they don't. No, they don't. Not maybe.
marching bands have never had a mosh pit, Cam. I can guarantee you that. 'Cause I was in
Marching-
both. I was in both.
Whoa, marching bands can create a mosh pit.
No, they cannot.
What?
You're sitting in bleachers at a high school football game.
There's never been a mosh pit. They may march on the field, but that is not a mosh pit.
Does
one's
your school have a
banging
band?
into each other?
They
Football players
the
might be
marching band
tackling
can
each other.
incite-
That is not a mosh pit.
The marching band can incite a musical riot.
I've never seen that happen, and I was in marching band in high school. I never saw that happen.
Like the sirens from the Odyssey. Like, what are you talking?
Great movie, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cam, do
You're
y'all
welcome.
have a band at your school that you teach at?
What?
Do you have a band at the school that
Well,
you
you're
teach
at. I
at?
think
Well,
you're
I
at
left.
elementary.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm not
quit?
there anymore.
You quit?
We parted ways.
Oh, that's new. That's recent, isn't it?
Yeah, last Friday was my last day there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Congratulations.
I mean,
I don't know which way this went. but-
It took me by surprise, but also not took me by surprise.
all right. Well, we could talk about that after. We don't have to air out your business. But let's get back to the Texans
Is
and their
Zay
wide
Jones
receiver
going to
room.
replace you?
I don't.
I don't know if he could.
Sterling Shepard?
It's going to take a lot to fill those shoes. Of
I
Cam
would be
Smith.
irked because the whole thing was affordability. So it's like, well, hey, are you
Oh,
saying that
yeah.
I'm more valuable technically than Zay Jones? Okay.
I would say so. I would say you are because
Thank you.
last season Zay Jones is 31, 12 catches for 183 yards. That's what the Texans are dealing with them.
That's pretty good over
His
2
last
games.
productive season was in 2022 with the Jags, where he was actually really good, 82 for 823, but that was 2022. Never had a 1,000-yard season. You could say the same thing for Sterling Shepard. Also never had a 1,000-yard season, but even though he's 2 years older than Zay Jones, I think he's had more production recently. Like, he's still been over 300 yards, close to 400 last year. Like, I think there's a little bit left with Sterling Shepard, but to Sean's point, like, he's a slot. Like, he doesn't fix the Xavier Hutchinson's not a starting outside receiver problem. So I don't know. These are two guys I could see not even making the team when they actually cut down to the 53. So I see this problem as completely, really unaddressed at this point. I don't see it as solved.
Yeah. To me, that's why it does feel like the Brett Rippon situation of like you just kind of need wide receivers to get through training camp, just like you need a third string quarterback just to like throw enough footballs to evaluate everyone else. Like you just need the body of a person that can imitate an NFL quarterback or an NFL wide receiver. I'm not saying they have to be NFL wide receivers
Maybe that's a future Mount Rushmore plus one.
But I agree that you're still on either trade watch or cut watch, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely so. All right,
may I throw out something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please don't yell at me since I'm bringing up my team.
Quinn Johnson.
But thank you.
Is that who you're
I would actually like Quinn Johnson, but why in the world would the Chargers trade him?
Well, one, he's last year on his contract. They're not going to re-sign him. Two, I think they're trying to incorporate Trey Harris more into the offense.
Who didn't do much as a rookie. You sure they think he's ready?
Yeah. I mean, my whole thing is I feel strongly that they're not going to bring QJ back, so you might as well get something for him. And I think that that's exactly the role that he could fill on the Texans.
Sure, but to play this out, like what would the Texans offer for Quentin Johnson? Like at the very most a third, and probably that feels optimistic. Probably like a fourth, maybe in a fifth. And to the Chargers side of that, he's still a starter on the team. He's still a guy that would get production, even if he is going into what would be his last season. Like I don't think a team that thinks they're a playoff team, because they have been the last 2 years, and thinks they could probably even go further than that, why would they trade a starter to only get back like a fourth or fifth round pick?
I mean, I definitely don't.
I just don't see why the Chargers would take that on, like lose production and have a return in a season they hope to go to a Super Bowl and get a fifth round pick back.
I think because they feel probably more comfortable that Mike McDaniels can maneuver around not having QJ. I mean, if Amarian stays healthy, that's going to be a big plus. But yeah, I mean, and I don't think that a fifth round would ever happen, because I mean, wasn't it like 2 years ago when the Texans were trading or trying to trade Keenan Allen to like the Texans, and the Texans were willing to give up like a fourth round pick.
Well, Keenan Allen went to the Bears for a fourth.
Yeah, but like it was like
Texans
the same.
Were in the mix.
The same thing was being like thrown out to like the Texans. So like I don't think QJ. I think
a third is the absolute highest, but it's probably like a fourth.
Yeah, which I
just don't see why the Chargers would get rid of someone they need this season for a fourth round pick.
I think it's something where, as a Chargers fan, you're more like, get this guy off my team than the actual team.
That is probably 70-30.
I think QJ has a lower opinion.
Lower Q rating?
Yes, I was trying to avoid that.
You're welcome.
I was trying.
That's why my name is in the intro.
I thought of that. Thought it sounded terrible and didn't say it. I'm glad you said it.
It fits better with me.
But I'm sure the opinion of QJ at the Chargers watch parties are lower than what they think at whatever their headquarters is.
Who knows?
Carson?
Chargers
still?
Boulevard?
Yeah.
Where are they located at, Cam?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
SoFi Boulevard?
No,
in Inglewood?
Up to no good?
SoFi is in Inglewood.
All right. Let's talk some
Inglewood.
I was setting you up for that. It took you a second there. There's a little bit of a delay here. Got the 8-second delay, like for the dump button there.
I was mentally dumped.
713-780-3776. The Bullpen, Brian, Sean, and Cam, John behind the glass. When we get back, let's talk about this Branham thing, have some fun with it, and maybe ask the question if the CJ $70 million, definitely north of 60, is as crazy as we thought it was the other day. That when the Bullpen returns, ESPN Radio 97.5.
You're listening to ESPN 97.5.
We're taking a break.
Okay. That's cool.
Clara, I had something really interesting happen.
Tell me about it.
I was being interviewed, and the guy asked me, of all the collections that you have purchased, which one are you the proudest of?
What did you tell him?
I told him about that woman who inherited half a dozen guns from her grandfather.
Remind me.
She sent me an email that I couldn't hardly believe, so I drove a few hours to go see the guns.
Are you talking about the lady who was offered $12,000 for the whole collection, but then she wrote to you because she really needed $19,000 to buy a car?
That's the one.
How much did we pay her?
$220,000.
Because it was the right thing to do?
Because it was the right thing to do.
The best gun shops in America are in Texas, of course. Collector's Firearms. Right on the corner at Whiff-Timer in Voss and Houston on Alpha Road in Dallas. One block east of the tollway. Collector's Firearms.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
1, 2, 3. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, it's the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Here's John Belmer, Cam Smith, and Brian McDonald.
No Sean Mapes, except Sean Mapes is with us as well. Brian McDonald, Cam Smith, Sean Mapes, and John Belmer with you here on the Bullpen today.
I already did the work of waking up and driving
over
here. But otherwise, I would storm
I think
out
you'd be justified if you just went home. I mean, I don't want you to, but I would understand if you just were like, well, if I'm not on the show today.
I did all the trouble of being here.
Yeah. You also don't live that far away. So
yeah.
It really.
I could go back and come drive there and back. And
you can still be back for hour 2.
Yeah. Really.
Easily. All right, welcome back in the show. So maybe we'll make this the trivia question here for listener party tickets. If you're listening right now, hopefully the signal is good. We've heard some reports that it might be a little shaky. 713-780-3776. Which ESPN 97.5 host caused a firestorm of C.J. Stroud wants $70 million? If you know the answer to that, which ESPN 97.5 host caused the internet to burst into flames because they took his tweet as an opinion or as a report that C.J. Stroud wants $70 million. Call in, tell John Belmer that name. HRP listener line 713-780-3776, and you got a pair of tickets to the ESPN 97.5 listener party. Yeah, first caller. Especially with the signal maybe not being great, we're not going to be. We're not going to do caller number 9. We're not doing that today.
No, never mind.
What? Do you want to throw out a number?
Caller 200.
No, Cam. What are you, psychotic?
Well, that's what happened to me when I was an intern.
Really? Someone did caller 200 on you?
So you tried to do that to me?
Yeah, good old Dave.
I mean, you can't just
Dave
go.
Tepper.
You can't just go, you're caller 198, you're caller 197.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
They were recording me the entire time. I had to do every single number.
Oh, really?
Michael Carroll was a witness.
Oh, really?
He was
Wow.
chuckling in the back.
That's funny. No, there's been other times, not here, but other stations where caller 25, first guy I pick up, caller 18, caller 19.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. All right, buddy. Yeah, if you know that name, 713-780-3776. Who set the internet on fire with the C.J. Stroud wants $70 million rumors? And you got a pair of tickets to the ESPN 97.5 listener party coming up this Friday. So, Branham sent out a tweet. It was a quote tweet of Will Kunkel, who was responding to an Adam Schefter report, if we're trying to follow the Russian nesting doll of what caused all this. And because the report from Adam Schefter was C.J. Stroud and the Texans are far apart, which I always believed the case. We talked about on this show, the whole idea that came out at the beginning of training camp that serious talks are happening. It's no, they're not. They would have done it by now. We've seen the track record of this team. They've re-signed everybody. They re-signed them early. So comes out that is in fact true. They're far apart. Will Kunkel quote tweets that. Jeremy Branham quote tweets him with, the team wants C.J. Stroud at 50 to 55 million. C.J. Stroud wants 70 million. And then the entire internet takes that as a report with sources and not just an opinion because they don't know his game. We had Sam Monson from Pro Football Focus. Polymarket picked it up. Yahoo Sports picked it up.
Is this Can we come up with something where they basically got ball sacked, but they got Branhamed?
They got Branham sacked?
I thought of that, and I was like,
It's by design because everybody keeps grabbing my balls.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe they did get Branham sacked.
Maybe they get Branham sacked.
Branham baited? I don't know.
Dragged his Branhams across their face.
Yeah. They got...
That tickled Cam. Hey, no one can hear us right now. It's fine. The only people that can hear us right now are the internet, who all still believe C.J. Stroud won $70 million. So you'll be all right. You'll be all right, Cam.
Yeah, I'm good.
So sports. That's what we're talking about. So like what I've come to realize, like obviously we all know, if you know the game of Branham and you just have two brain cells to rub together, that C.J. Stroud, there's no credible source that says he's demanding $70 million. Of course, he probably wants $70 million, but we have no way of knowing
if the Texans offered him $70 million,
he would take it.
I think he would take it.
He would take it.
I think.
But like we've spent a lot of this offseason talking about he can't ask for $55 million being in that group with Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, and you gonna be all right, Cam?
I don't know why I found that so funny.
For people who don't know, Cam has just been laughing.
He's just been laughing nonstop. He turns off his microphone.
It comes in waves.
It comes in waves.
It's just
Are you picturing it?
Kind of.
Are you picturing him using that terminology?
I just pictured just somebody laying on the ground and Jeremy.
No.
Sam Monson laying on the ground.
Edit. Okay. So like what I've come to realize in the CJ Stroud conversation is that like we get caught up on $55 million that Josh Allen and I think Lamar Jackson's at 53. He's like, he can't get paid that. Like that's crazy. Why would you pay CJ Stroud more than like 3 of the last 4 MVPs, which is a fine take on its own. But what I've come to realize is that like agents in particular don't look at it as this quarterback got 55, my guy gets 56. It's he got this percentage of the cap. Cap goes up. I want the same percentage, which then makes the money obviously even more. Like when that whole group of quarterbacks got $55 million, they were getting on it. They were getting it in a salary cap that was, $30-40 million than it less is right now. Like, and so when you look at the percentage of the cap these quarterbacks are getting paid, right now Joe Burrow leads the way at 24.4%. I promise not to bury your numbers. You got a group of quarterbacks at 23, including Dak, Herbert, and Lamar, and then Hurts and Watson are just over 22%. So, like, I don't think Mulugeta, C.J. Stroud's agent, would take a deal with a percentage of the cap less than what Deshaun Watson got. Just behind Deshaun Watson is Trevor Lawrence. Like, I think he can credibly go into the office of Nick Caserio and say, I want slightly more than Deshaun Watson got. My guy has earned that, right? So Deshaun Watson is getting 22.09% of the cap. But obviously, that was 4 or 5 years ago, much lower cap. So if you gave C.J. Stroud 22.1% of this year's cap, which is $301 million, it'd be $66.5 million.
Yeah.
So I don't think the $70 million will happen. I don't obviously think that he's asked for that. But the idea of him getting north of the group of 55, even north of Dak, because even on the conservative end, if you bump Stroud all the way down to 20% of the cap, which would sandwich him between Josh Allen and Jared Goff, that would still be 60.2. He would still be north of Dak. He would still be the second highest paid quarterback in the league. And there's obviously the ticking time bomb here with guys like Caleb Williams and Drake May, possibly Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, who might actually go out there and get 70. So I don't think it's crazy if the Texans are motivated to get a deal done now to pay him north of Dak at $60 million.
Yeah, and I mean you're saying Josh Allen and who's the other guy?
Jared Goff.
They're
right at 20%.
Yeah, I mean Trevor Lawrence got 55. And Trevor Lawrence and C.J. Stroud are much closer in the whatever quarter.
And Allen and Lawrence is a higher percentage of the cap than Allen and Goff.
Yeah, and so it's like you can credibly be like, give me the 2027 version, because I don't think he's getting signed the next whatever.
No, I don't either.
4 weeks.
I think it goes into next year.
But you give me the Jared Goff or the Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa. Don't ask how that went. Give me those contracts, and you do the whatever. It's like 24%. That's $66 or whatever $1 million.
Yeah.
So it's like you can credibly ask for a lot of money, because that's something we've talked about. Where if he gets the Bo Nix gets hurt on the last play of the game before he ever plays a playoff snap, he probably just does get this contract already. Like he has, like
probably
in that alternate universe, like he has this money already guaranteed to him. So I think he can like credibly ask for that, given that he doesn't, completely mentally implode again this season.
Yeah, I'm sure hearing those numbers, Cam, probably comes with some sticker shock of like,
yeah,
my goodness, like he could credibly ask for the second most or the second highest contract of any quarterback.
He's no Justin Herbert.
He's no Herbert, I believe, is third.
He's right up there.
He's either second or third right now in percentage of the cap. So it obviously comes with some sticker shock that he could credibly ask for $66 million. And it's not crazy because, again, if you're basing it upon not the total dollar, but the percentage of the cap, like that 66.5 would put him between Watson and Trevor Lawrence. Like, how could Mulligetta not claim that his client, even coming off a poor postseason, deserves more than Deshaun Watson? So there's some sticker shock there, but what is your overall thought on, like, just the math of what C.J. Stroud could ask for in the negotiations going on, and kind of the timeline with the quarterback market potentially getting blown up next year with Drake May, Caleb Williams, and company coming out and possibly getting 70?
Yeah, I mean, when you factor in like the percentages, I guess it makes you think a little differently, because it's like what Sean was saying, like he could realistically like have a reason to like ask for that money. But I think it's one of those things where with each year with the cap going up, like it's going to look crazy the amount that if he gets $65 million compared to these other guys. But then next year when the four names that we mentioned get contract extensions, they're going to get more money. So then it's going to like bring the crazy amount that CJ's getting kind of back down to like earth.
What they need is a because those Bijan got signed, Jahmyr Gibbs got signed. Who's the other running back that got signed?
Jonathan Taylor. They
need that level of like that where the contracts get announced that close together. So CJ Stroud's getting whatever $65 million a year, and then that is going to shock some people. But you need 24 hours later, Caleb Williams got 75.
Drake May got 74.
You need that.
Jaden Daniels got 74.5
to immediately like reset everyone's mental. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I would assume Stroud gets done first, just because you said race against the clock, like that would be the race against the clock.
But if you're Mulligetta, aren't you fighting against that?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
that's why it's like the Gibbs.
It's going to be an interesting game of chicken.
Yeah, because like
the Texans,
you could say the same thing for Bijan's agents. Like, why don't you wait until Gibbs signs?
It's
and
a
then
game of chicken. Like, are you willing to wait or just take $1 million less?
Yeah, and I think Stroud like ultimately like just isn't swimming in those waters, so it is easier for Mulligetta to take the first deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Not the first deal gets offered.
Other side of the break, let's talk about some NFL news. Guys getting hurt, some preseason action as well. That when the bullpen returns. ESPN Radio 97.5.
You're listening to ESPN 97.5.
If you missed the Del Olalea show, you missed this.
Is this the beginning of the turnaround for Javier? And then you realize, no, why would it be? He's just like everybody else. I could point to all the other appearances this year and go, no.
Do it against not the Angels.
Weekday mornings from 10 to noon.
Get world-class Texas barbecue from pitmaster and chef Arash Karat at J-Bar M Barbecue. Dig into legendary brisket, house-made sausage, and all your barbecue favorites. Enjoy $15 buckets of beer and $4 well drinks every Friday and Saturday. Plus, meet our amazing J-Bar M team, including GM Hoffy Ferreira, and say hello to our owner, John Toomey. Visit J-Bar M Barbecue at 2201 Leland in the heart of Edo. Learn more at jbarmbbq.com and follow on socials at jbarmbbq.
In a city as big and diverse as Houston, it's nice to know your bank still knows you. At Home Bank, their bankers aren't just here to help. They'll recognize you, know you, and earn your trust. They live here, work here, and care about community like you do. And because everyone's financial journey is different, the bankers take the time to understand what matters most to you. Right now, they're offering several banking specials designed with Houston in mind. Whether you're saving for tomorrow, growing your business, or planning your next big step, the best part, you don't have to figure it out alone. Stop by any of Home Bank's locations across Greater Houston, River Oaks, Pasadena, Sugar Land, Baybrook, Friendswood, and the newly opened banking center in Tomball. To speak with a banker who's ready to listen, answer questions, and help you find options that fit your goals. Home Bank, just real conversations with real solutions and opportunities. Go to home24bank.com to get started today. Good for business, good for life. Home Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hurricane season is here. Is your family prepared? This is Kirsten Stokes with Stokes Hardware, and Stokes Hardware has everything you need to weather the storm. Stock up now on batteries, flashlights, generators, gas cans, and all the hurricane essentials before the shelves are empty. Don't wait until a storm is in the forecast. Prepare early and stay ready. Stop by Stokes Hardware, where we've been helping our community stay prepared since 1954. Stokes Hardware. Be prepared today so you're ready tomorrow.
The ESPN 97.5 Listener Appreciation Party is happening Friday, August 28th at the St. Arnold Beer Hall. Want to go? Then keep listening to ESPN Houston for your chance to win tickets. Make sure to follow us on social media because you can win tickets on socials too. St. Arnold beer will be flowing and there will be plenty of food thanks to the original Ninfas, Ducky McSweeney's, Texadelphia, Terry Black's Barbecue, OMG Burgers, and Tips Treats. Thanks to our supporting sponsor, Republic Boot Company. Keep it locked on ESPN 97.5 for your chance to win.
The Kelvin Sampson Golf Classic, presented by the H Association and the David Mars family, is happening soon. Play some golf with Coach Sampson and other Coug legends Monday, August 31st at Lake Windcrest Golf Club in Magnolia, all to help support UH student athletes. There'll be awards given out, some awesome raffle items, and a delicious post-golf lunch too. Join this organization of former UH letter winners and help fund senior rings and athletic scholarships. Register today at uhletterwinners.com/golf tournament.
This is the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Belmer, Cam Smith, and Brian McDonald.
All right, welcome back in the show. Coming up about 40 minutes from now, Mount Rushmore Plus One at 10:30. And don't forget, Houston Restaurant Weeks is back right now, going through September 7th. Think of it like a citywide all-star lineup, hundreds of restaurants, prefix menus, and every time you eat, you help the Houston Food Bank. Dine out, do good, and check out the full lineup at HoustonRestaurantWeeks.com. Boys, a lot of injuries in the NFL. Brian McDonald, Sean Mapes, Cam Smith, John Belmer with you here. Bullpen, ESPN Radio. Tyler Warren, the tight end for the Colts, dealing with a groin injury. That is someone that I've been targeting in drafts quite a bit because I don't like paying the price for Brock Bowers or Trey McBride. I'm perfectly happy to take a Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren, whoever goes later of the two, as my tight end, and then I just don't have to worry about tight end and deal with the week-to-week streaming of tight ends. But it seems like Tyler Warren's week one might be a little bit in danger.
Yeah, getting a groin injury at this point. I was almost going to say it like Gary Kubiak there. Groined.
Yeah, growing.
But yeah, at this point, it is tough. And yeah, that does definitely not, because what that essentially does, if you do draft him, is that week one you have to take a ride on the
tight end.
Yeah, you have to. I don't even know who those guys would be, because I try to get my business done.
I was going to ask you, what is your tight end strategy?
I've been getting Loveland a lot. I've been targeting Loveland a lot because I think that Bears offense like really might take a leap, and so everything about the Bears as a whole is screaming. I know that this is a Warren thing. I'm talking about the Bears. You're not used to this.
No, I never hear Bears talk when I'm on the radio.
Being shoehorned in. But I think the Bears are like such a regression candidate, except that year two in the Ben Johnson offense, there might just be enough of a leap there where that like bridges some of that gap.
Yeah, that's true. Like in general, I think with tight ends, like there's such a huge drop off after that top four. Maybe you could say top five if Tucker Kraft or George Kittle is ready to go, and you believe
that Kittle thing is crazy.
Kittle thing is crazy that he might be ready to go. I'm not going to risk it. He's over 30. It's an Achilles injury they suffered in, I think, January.
Yes.
So I'm not going to go with that. But Cam, what is your like? Because I pretty much draft one of those top 4 tight ends: McBride, Bowers, Loveland, Warren. Maybe Warren gets bumped down now because of this injury. And if I don't get one of those guys, well, I'm just going to wait to the very end because all those guys are
Hunter
the same.
Henry,
But yeah, I'll just wait to get Hunter Henry in the 13th round. But what is your tight end strategy in fantasy right now?
I mean, kind of similar to y'all's. If I can't get like McBride or Bowers in like the 3rd round, I'm waiting. The only exception I'll make is like maybe Kyle Pitts in like the 7th.
Oh God, you're speaking Sean's language, and I hate it.
That's
Big
like
Kyle Pitts guy.
That's like the only.
Just because you hate it.
Yeah, mostly just because I can't stand him.
That's probably the only guy that I would go after in like the middle rounds. But other than that, I'm fine with waiting until the 9th, 10th round to get somebody.
There's no reason to rush into because the gap between tight end 5 and tight end 12, like a point per game, like it's nothing. It's kind of like the old conversation with kickers. If your league is still outdated and has kickers,
yeah, I'd rather fill my flex, with somebody, a better receiver, running back, than leap to fill that tight end spot.
I'd rather draft like my 3rd, maybe even 4th running back.
That's some 6th round tight end
for
sure.
Other than Kyle Pitts.
All right, so some other injury news. Sean, I know you. I think I remember you being completely out on this guy at this point, but Giants receiver Malik Neighbors, who we all know has, top 5 talent at the position when he's healthy. He had that knee injury right at the beginning of last year. He's had some setbacks. That's been an up and down recovery. It seems like basically with every player ever in the NFL, everyone always says they're ahead of schedule. It feels like, except for Malik Neighbors, he has never been ahead of schedule in this return from the torn ACL. But he apparently set out the Giants joint practices last week with the Dolphins. And Harbaugh is now saying he needs to take contact before being cleared to play. They're running out of points for him to take contact. Like, I think I'm a full pass on Malik Neighbors right now in fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, especially, and this might be a little outdated just given the news that I'm looking at, but I mean, he's still the 13th wide receiver on Draft Sharks. Like, I mean, would you rather have him or Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
Exactly. And Garrett Wilson is 17th. Like,
yeah, I can't see a scenario where I pull the trigger on Malik Neighbors.
I would take, I mean, I'm now just scrolling, like, I'll take McConkey, I'll take Burden. Well, Burden's
also dealing with some injuries.
Adunze.
Yeah, I would take Rome.
JMO. I might take a ride on the JMO Express.
It's a bumpy ride, but
yes. I mean, I just don't know how you can, like you said, everyone's always ahead of schedule except for this guy who's openly behind schedule. So.
Yeah, very, very behind schedule.
And got now, I'm sure the first surgery was reported as successful surgery. They always are. Although he then had to get 2 more surgeries after that. So I can't in good faith take this guy.
Yeah, same here. Let's move on to one more. This guy wasn't on his own someone I think anyone was going to draft in fantasy unless you're a huge Saints fan. But I think it does have an impact on other players on their roster. The Saints running back Alvin Kamara is reportedly going to be out at least a month with an MCL sprain. Like, no one's drafting Alvin Kamara, but I could see a scenario because of his ability as a receiver. Like, he wasn't going to get a ton of carries, but he could have taken some receiving work from Travis Achan. God, I had to do the mental gymnastics to get Achan out of my mouth. But, like, I think that's a boost up for Travis Achan because there could have been a situation where Kamara, like, just annoyingly enough, split some of the receiving work to reduce Achan's workload. But I think it's stock up for Travis Achan going into Kellen Moore. I think a lot of people are high on Tyler Shuck. There's a lot there. Hell, you probably throw in Jordan Tyson's injury, him being out. Like, even more work may go to Travis Achan. That's pretty much just him and Chris Olave right now. So I think stock up for Travis Achan.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm talking like two rounds higher now.
Where would you take him? Let me pull up a list of names here. See, like who I off the top of my head, I don't know where he's going.
Although I do I guess the offense as a whole should still be good enough if you believe in Shuck. But it is almost bordering.
And really a belief in Kellen Moore.
Yeah. I guess that's the positive way to spin that. But
so right now he's going between Javonte Williams and Josh Jacobs. running back 17.
I'd take him over Jacobs.
I would take him over
Yeah.
Jacobs. I think I'd take him over
It's
Javonte.
close. It's close.
He's going 2 spots behind Brees Hall. Brees Hall or Travis Etienne?
Probably Etienne.
I would lean Etienne as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the cutoff is Kyron Williams at running back 14. I would still take Kyron.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd move him up a few spots.
Is there any runoff till to Kendre Miller and probably not Kendre Miller, but
No.
Devin Neal?
I don't think so.
Okay. So this is more of a H-N now.
I think it's a
featured
consolidation of the work. All right. ESPN Radio 97.5. Other side of the break, let's talk some college football when the bullpen gets back. Brian, Cam, and Sean. ESPN Radio 97.5. Return in a couple minutes.
ESPN 97.5.
Hey, Lance Zerline here. Stop throwing money away. Everyday valuable electrical equipment gets scrapped during renovations and demolitions. Equipment that's worth more than scrap value. Contractors, project managers, construction pros, M&J Electrical Supply will remove your electrical equipment and pay you more than the scrapyard. Zero hassle, better money, everybody wins. M&J Electrical Supply buys, sells, and removes electrical equipment. Call 713-699-5055 or email sales@mnjelectrical.com.
John Granado here. Brinkman Quality Roofing is a local family-owned business and are the roof experts in shingle roofs, tile roofs, solar shingle roofs, metal roofing, and commercial roofing products. Brinkman has 100% financing available and free, no-obligation estimates. If your roof is starting to look bad, Brinkman's proprietary solution can make it look new again until you're ready to replace. Brinkman Quality Roofing is the one to call at 281-480-ROOF. That's 281-480-ROOF. Or go to brinkmanquality.com.
Spring is calling at Two Creeks Crossing Resort, just 90 minutes north of Houston. Spend the day relaxing by the water, then stick around for live music, great food, and can't-miss events happening all season long. From cook-offs and holiday celebrations to outdoor adventures and family-friendly fun. Whether you're rolling in with the RV, booking a waterfront cabin, or planning a glamping getaway, there's a perfect spot waiting for you. See everything coming up and reserve your stay now at twocreekscrossingresort.com.
Looking for a reason to get out and enjoy a great meal? Look no further, because Houston Restaurant Weeks is back, happening August 1st through September 7th. Dine at participating restaurants across Houston, and a portion of your meal benefits the Houston Food Bank. So whether it's date night, dinner with friends, or your favorite neighborhood spot, every reservation helps make a difference. Check out the full list of participating restaurants and their menus now at HoustonRestaurantWeeks.com. Houston Restaurant Weeks. Dine out and do good.
Houston's independent voice for sports, ESPN 97.5.
KFNC Mont Bellevue, Houston, a Gow media station.
Brought to you by Zadok Jewelers.
Your future lay out there in the bullpen.
The starters are out. Now it's time to head to the bullpen.
Squad, bullpen, now.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Belmer, Cam Smith, and Brian McDonald.
Go ahead, call the producers.
All right, welcome back into the bullpen. 1 hour to go. Mount Rushmore +1 coming up in 30 minutes. Brian, Cam, Sean, and John with you here. And let's talk some college football, boys. Sean, you pointed out in this athletic head coaching tiers in college football that they put out. And I think you and I were both annoyed by the fact that even though they tiered it, inside their tiers, they didn't rank them. They just put them alphabetically.
Yeah, the coward's way out.
Yeah, it was the coward's way out. Like, we give us more data points to talk about here, more things to argue about. But so the first tier in this athletic coaching, the athletic coaching tiers for college football, I don't have a huge problem. I don't have any problem with the two names in it. I think there's maybe a slight argument for names left out, but that first tier of coaches from the athletic and college football, Kurt Signetti and Kirby Smart. Any names, Cam or Sean, that stand out for coaches that could be put into tier one along with Kirby and Signetti?
For me, I think it's those two, and that's it. I don't have anyone else in that tier of, like, to me that's like truly difference making coaches with no, like, I have no notes. I have no notes for these guys.
Yeah, okay. That would be something to define, like how you're defining, like, what separates that tier one from tier two.
Yeah, I have no, like, but with them. You know?
Okay, well, you're going to have some but with the name I was going to suggest, so maybe that kind of cuts me off of the knees. But
you can.
No, I'm still going to say it. But, like,
don't be scared to.
I think you can make an argument, and I know what the but's going to be. Well, he almost rarely beats Michigan. but I think you can make an argument for Ryan Day.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like,
certainly his national title more recent than Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart hasn't had a great run in the playoffs as of late.
He hasn't won one since they beat TCU in the second national title.
Yeah.
But they did go back to back. They
did go back to back, which is greater sign than anything Ryan Day has done.
And they've won the SEC the last 2 years with like teams that, I guess because we were comparing them to the two teams that won back to back, two teams that were like, yeah, sure, but they went back to back in the SEC. So I think he would probably be 3 on my list, but I think he would still be top of tier 2, not quite there yet. I really wish he would have beat Michigan like one other time. The year that they won the title.
Does have 2 in a row.
Yes, but the year they won the title, they lost to like an absolutely like dreadful Davis Warren led.
So it's just 1 in a row, actually.
Davis Warren led. Because
wasn't that game like 14-7?
I thought it was 10-3 or something.
Yeah, it was a bad game.
So it's like
at Ohio State, no less.
So that's the but for me. It's like we're still not that far away from that.
That's fair. Cam, anyone that you would argue to move up, or are you fine with the tier 1?
No, I'm fine. I mean, kind of like with Sean, like I'd be okay with moving Ryan Day up to the top of tier 2, maybe Dan Lanning. And honestly, probably Kyle Whittingham too, just because he's
got to get to a title game before I could put him into.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like he's someone that could get there next year. But yeah, I have no problem with him being stuck in tier 2.
Well, same with Kyle Whittingham, because then he go to
Yeah, he's at Michigan,
and like
now.
he's done a lot of great work at lower universities with less recruiting.
Yeah,
and he's had a great career. So I think if Kyle Whittingham can do something in Michigan, he could easily jump into tier 1. But yeah, as far as right now, I'm fine with these two.
I would think Lanning and Freeman are 2 that can, and I guess Day, but Freeman and Lanning probably could do the most for themselves.
Yeah, they're definitely 1 season away, I think, from moving into tier 1. So the tier 2, to list off the rest of the names, we mentioned a couple of them there. But Mario Cristobal at Miami, Kalen DeBoer at Alabama, Ryan Day at Ohio State, Steve Sarkisian at Texas, James Franklin at Virginia Tech. That's I think an interesting one. Like he just got fired less than a full calendar year ago. Lane Kiffin now at LSU, Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, Dan Lanning at Oregon, Dabo Sweeney at Clemson, and Kyle Whittingham now at Michigan. I think the names that stand out to me as far as like, are we sure they're tier 2? Like, Dabo is really living off past success right now to still include him in tier 2. And beyond like those titles being a while ago now, he also is like the last coach fighting against what is now the new age of college football with NIL and the transfer portal. Like he's unwilling to adapt to the current age. You throw in on top that it's been, a little while since those titles. And like, I would not have a problem if Dabo was in the 3rd tier. Because I think right now, current day, Clemson, who's unranked, and last made the playoffs 2 years ago as a 12 seed and got smoked by Texas. I don't think you could make an argument that current day Dabo Sweeney is a tier 2 coach.
I'm with that.
Yeah. In the article, they have like what you were last year, and last year Dabo was still tier 1. So I think this just might be like kind of a
slow drop.
Yeah, which like for the most part I am kind of fine with. In general, of like, hey, especially in like a coaching thing where it's like the success is still there. That like it does take a while for you to fully work yourself out of those rankings. But yeah, he and you mentioned James Franklin are the 2 like kind of eyebrow raises on the bad side. Where I am a little bit like I'm not quite sure there with either of them. I think they're kind of both on the like wrong end of maybe their coaching, lifespan. But everyone else I feel like is pretty like clearly tier 2, where they're like good coaches, but there is like something that's keeping me from putting them in tier 1. Like DeBoer.
That was one I was going to bring up. Is like I think DeBoer is a bad season away from being demoted. Kind of like same as like Marcus Freeman is like a good season away from being promoted. I think DeBoer, because of like I know he went to a national title game against in Washington.
Yeah.
But as we get further removed from that, and he continues to disappoint with 9-win seasons at Alabama, lose to Oklahoma, and such. Although he did get a win over Georgia last year, like I think there's a chance he could drop into tier 3 next year.
I don't. I don't think that just because I think Alabama's crazy. And so he's like more likely to, it's like the James Franklin thing where it's like he's more likely to get fired to me.
That wouldn't put him into tier 3?
And I would still think he's a great coach.
Okay. Yeah,
like
because I guess he could go somewhere else and win.
Yes. Like, I mean, he was rumored to be targeted by Penn State and Michigan this offseason.
He might have should have made the jump. I don't know if it's going to work out there.
It's a little bit of like get out before they kick you out kind of situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think DeBoer, like if he gets fired from Alabama, he'll get an amazing job and probably be awesome there. So he is the one where I think I'm higher than I guess consensus on. But Sarkisian, Kiffin, Cristobal, like they all have like some warts on them, but ultimately it's like you are getting very high level success from all three of these guys.
So Cam, in that tier 2, anybody stand out to you as someone that maybe doesn't belong or is a season away from moving up or down?
I mean, for me, it's Franklin and Dabo. I would have both those guys on tier 3 right now.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Winningham, I think you're right. Where it's like just being at Utah for so long.
Is Winningham only in tier 2 because he took the Michigan job?
No.
Because moving to tier 3, like I think if Clark Lee was the person who took the Michigan job, he and Winningham would be flipped. Because Clark Lee, in those 2 years at Vanderbilt, I know it's only 2 seasons, but 9 wins last year? I believe 9 years.
No,
they were
10,
like
10, 10-2.
Yeah, they were anyway. But I think they were very close. Obviously, they were like 16th in the nation. They weren't that far away from being in the playoff. Like I think what Clark Lee has done at Vanderbilt, if he had taken a more high-profile job, let's just say he and Kyle Winningham flip, I could very easily see Clark Lee winding up as like the bottom of tier 2.
Well, to me,
I think there's a little bit of a name on the side of or on the jersey going on here.
Back of the
back.
No, not back.
Not back of the baseball
side of the
card.
helmet.
Side of the helmet. Yeah. Well, except for Michigan because they don't have the logo.
And coaches don't wear helmets.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a perfect analogy.
It's perfect.
No, well, to me, it's Clark Lee. You're looking at 2 years with Kyle Winningham. You're looking at 20. There is like he was at Utah for so long, and the thing is, at Utah, you're not really on that like national title level. Just like it's the obstacles in your way to get there, or it's like out of your control almost. But I think that I think just the track record of like he's the best coach in their program's history, like easily, and they've had Urban Meyer as their coach, but Urban Meyer was there for 2 years. Kyle Winningham was there for 20. So I think it's ultimately like for me the track record there.
Did he replace Urban Meyer?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't realize he bridged the gap.
Yes. He beat Alabama in a BCS bowl game in 2008.
That's right. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's a fair pushback. So moving down to tier 3 as we round out this conversation, there's certainly, I think, some questionable names and some names that raise eyebrows like, wow, what a fall from grace. Let's start off with, I think, a fall from grace. Lincoln Riley being a tier 3 just screams like, what happened? This guy was, if we had done this, tiers 4 or 5 years ago, like he's probably tier 1.
Yeah. Maybe even 2 years. Or maybe not tier 1, but like 2 years ago, he's definitely tier 2.
Yeah, like coming off the Caleb Heisman, he's at least tier 2. I mean, what was it, like 3 Heismans in a row, 4 Heismans in a row with his quarterbacks? I think, obviously, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Caleb Williams, and I think did Jalen Hurts also win a Heisman?
He was a finalist.
He was a finalist. So like his track record with getting teams not only to a winning record but putting his quarterbacks either with the Heisman Trophy in their hand or on the podium is like it's crazy to look at Lincoln Riley and see how far he's fallen. And I mean, USC's a ranked team this year. It's not like he's coaching in obscurity right now, but it's a little eye popping to see Lincoln Riley's fall.
Yeah, I think he's one who's probably like a good season away from being back in the second tier.
Probably.
But
USC makes the playoffs.
But he actually needs to make the playoffs. Like he actually needs to, and he is probably the coach with the most like clear, defined, like you must do this or else you are out of here. And it's
he's on the hot seat, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If they don't make the playoffs, like I don't know how they bring him back. So to me, he makes sense in in the third tier, but it is like shocking to see him there, like next to PJ Fleck, John Summerall. Like these guys are good coaches, but they're at Minnesota, and Summerall hasn't coached a game for Florida yet.
Definitely not with Lincoln Riley's resume. Another name on here that caught my eye, Cam, and I'm going to go to you on this because I know you have some Aggie fans in your family there. I believe your mom is a big Aggies fan. Is that correct?
Mom and middle sister went to A&M.
So there you go. Like, I think if Mike Elko's Aggies don't score 3 points against Miami, just have a good showing, there's a chance that Elko, having in his year one, obviously he did a lot of good things before A&M as well, but having year one where they're one game out of the playoff, year two where he gets the playoffs with an 11-1 regular season, I think if they don't just go out and embarrass himself offensively against Miami, there's a chance he's in tier 2. Like, he's definitely, I think, a good season away, going back to the playoffs away from being in tier 2. But what do you think of where Mike Elko is ranked?
I'm a little surprised that he's not tier 2, but I think that out of all the names on tier 3, he has the easiest path to jump to tier 2.
Him or Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, for similar things that you were saying. I mean, and the thing too is the fact they were favored against Miami and then had that poor showing. So he probably would be tier 2, even if they had lost and scored more points.
Yeah, it was just a good game.
They lost 24-17. Yeah.
Like so basically he's like basically a touchdown away from being tier 2.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think I'm looking at the full. I know I'm looking at the full list, but I think that if I needed someone to coach my team today, I think Elko would be the guy off of tier 3. Others I'm considering are Kenny Dillingham from Arizona State, and Willie Fritz, funny enough, from U of H.
I think Fritz is if Houston makes the playoff this year, which they're a live dog to do that. I mean, Fritz can move. I mean, we know his track record at Tulane and elsewhere, where he just seems to always by year 2 get the team to 9 wins. I think Fritz can move up.
It's like a Baby Whittingham situation of
for sure.
U of H isn't Michigan. Sorry, Cougs fans.
Whoa, bold statement.
But I do think that there's some of that of he's been so good, but at jobs that realistically, you're not holding against him that he hasn't had these huge nationally relevant teams. I think if you, even make the Big 12 title game and can push Texas Tech in any serious way, that to me is a successful season.
Yeah, for sure. They won 9 games this year, or last year, that is. Look at their schedule. They have to go to Texas Tech, so that's obviously a game where they'll be the underdog and will most likely lose. But I don't see a reason why they couldn't win 10 games and win 10 games and be in the playoff conversation. Now it's just a question of how many teams in the Big 12 get in, because the SEC and Big 10 are going to get half of the field.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to make the playoff.
I think they have to win the Big 12 to get in. Probably. I don't know if a 10-2 runner-up to Texas Tech is enough, but we'll see. 2 more names I want to mention before we get out here on the other side of the break and try to see if my voice can make it through Hype Train on the other side. A couple names who had some past success, but I think maybe could be bumped down a tier to tier 4, like Rich Rodriguez at West Virginia. What are we? Are we kidding? I would push hard that he should be down a tier. And then
put on some Tavon Austin highlights, Belmer. Put it on this YouTube stream, actually.
And then Kirk Ferentz at Iowa, all right, have fun going 8-4. It's just
I do think Kirk Ferentz,
living off past success here.
Kirk Ferentz is going to be tier 3 until he retires.
Probably. I think it's just people that respect him too much.
You just can't. Yeah, and he's going to retire. I assume in the next 3 years.
I'm surprised he hasn't already.
Yeah,
he's got to be 85. No, he's not actually.
When I was thinking of people in tier 3 that could challenge Elko for who I'd want to coach my team today, Kirk Ferentz did not factor.
Oh, really? It didn't come up?
Read right past this name.
You just went right past it? Yeah. I don't blame you there. All right. ESPN Radio 97.5. Again, on the other side of the break, we'll come back with the Hype Train. Don't go anywhere. ESPN Radio 97.5. Brian, Cam, and Sean will be right back.
ESPN 97.5.
I assumed you knew. Twin Peaks is the best in the game. At Twin Peaks, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days, UFC and wall-to-wall TVs. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either, because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Is your money just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money's always doing something. Like auto saving for special events, tracking your teen spending, and helping protect your parents from fraud. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
John Granado here with Robin Orlando from Houston Powder Coaters. Let's talk about pool season. What do we need to get done?
We need to get your patio furniture in, make it look new again.
Anything you need done, Houston Powder Coaters is here for you. HoustonPowderCoaters.com. That's HoustonPowderCoaters.com.
We don't get hype. We stay hype.
You know it, bro.
This is the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Belmer, Cam Smith, and Brian McDonald.
Welcome back into the Bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5. Brian McDonald, Cam Smith, Sean Mapes, John Belmer behind the glass. Hey, Sean, it is time for the hype train because we don't get hype, Sean.
We stay hype.
That wasn't hype, bro.
That was weak.
Let's try that one more time. Sean, we don't get hyped.
We stay hyped.
A little better. All right. First news, Eagles Lane Johnson on what to expect from star running back Saquon Barkley. We'll see the Saquon from 2 years ago. Sean, are you in on Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, I think I am in on Saquon Barkley. Thank you.
We missed that.
I
Thank you,
forgot
Johnny.
the dropped element of this.
Yeah, AJ wasn't playing those.
Yes, I do. Partially there's just more or one less mouth to feed with AJ Brown departing there, and I don't think Mekhi Lemon or who's the
Eli Stowers?
Eli Stowers. No, they got a free agent.
They got Hollywood Brown, and they got.
I thought they got like a real guy, not Hollywood Brown. Anyway,
there was another guy there too. I forget.
Yeah, I don't think that cuts into the increase that Saquon's going to get with, getting a top 10 receiver out of it.
Cam, are you in on Saquon Barkley?
I am.
All aboard!
Yeah, I
think his rushing yards dropped off by like 900, which just speaks to how crazy his 2024 was. Yeah, but it's just like his drop off is just another bullet point in the evidence that I'm not expecting much from Christian McCaffrey this year. Like when guys
the workload.
Yeah, when they pass that 400 touch threshold, especially when they're getting up there for a running back, Christian McCaffrey being over 30,
Saquon's
plus he's been. I mean, I think we already kind of have the evidence with Christian McCaffrey. He's been hurt pretty much all preseason. Like I'm a full pass on Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, McCaffrey, yes. Yeah.
I'm fine with Saquon.
Yeah,
I think the workload's there.
Yeah, Dontavian Wicks was the guy.
Dontavian Wicks. Yeah, trade with the Eagles. Or with the Packers, that is.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Michael DiRocco, athletic reporter for the Jaguars, believes that Parker Washington has established himself as the Jaguars' wide receiver one. Cam, are you fully in on Parker Washington as the target leader for the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I'm on board with him being the target leader. I'm not on board with being like, oh, yeah, he's a solidified number one.
Well, the report
ter-
is that he's the Jaguars number one. You could still say he's not a fantasy one.
Yeah, Jags. Okay, so Jags 1. Yes, that's the extent of it, though.
Is there a drop for a tepid answer, like where I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, I'll say I'm not on the hype train.
This train is off the tracks.
I'm still.
Where's that from, John? I haven't heard that one. If we played that one before, I haven't heard it.
I'm still BTJ Holden.
Well, speaking of hold that thought, Sean. Jaguars Liam Cohen says Brian Thomas attacking development, extremely intentional with the things he wanted to improve on. So you're on side BTJ.
Hype. Although I will say that I guess one's coming from a reporter, right? That's Duraco's a reporter.
Yeah, he's their beat writer for The Athletic.
And Cohen is the head coach. But hearing, on one hand, Parker Washington has established himself as the number one, and on the other hand, I'm getting coach speak of attacking development and extremely intentional. That isn't not really what I want to hear.
No, that's not saying he's actually good now. He's just trying.
I would like that flipped. I would like Liam Cohen saying Brian Thomas is our number one receiver, but I still believe in the upside. And
so if you could only draft one Jaguars receiver, because why would you draft multiple?
Thomas.
You would draft him Brian Thomas?
Because they're all going in around the same range.
Cam, who you drafting? Parker Washington or Brian Thomas Jr.?
Or Jacoby Myers.
Pass. Also pass on Travis Hunter.
Obviously.
Yeah,
oh,
obviously.
Yes, PSA. Unless you're in the ESPN 97.5 Listener League, don't listen to this. Do not draft Travis Hunter this year. I see
Unless
him.
you're in the IDP league.
Yeah. Oh, yes. But to be a wide receiver, do not draft him.
Even if he gets just 2 touchdowns, huge bonus.
Yes.
Parker Washington.
You're Parker Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a little a house divided over here all
Yeah.
season. We'll be following. I'm a Parker Washington guy.
Whoa, John.
I'll go BTJ.
Thank you.
He just said that because I said Parker Washington.
I know.
John is which I like that John's back because he
Good
can be.
teammate.
I mean, we need the yin to my yang, right? We need that. All
And
right.
I was just searching for an ally.
We're just gonna go around the office.
I was gonna go down the hall
Walk
and
down
ask
the hall.
Lance.
See if Lance is here. Is Lance here?
I can be bought.
I don't know if he's here. You can do that? All right, next item. Dolphins running back Devon Achane ready for expanded role as centerpiece of the offense. We saw earlier this offseason their head coach, Halfley, say he was going to give Achane 40 touches per game, which, no, he won't. But there's obviously been a lot of, unsureness about Devon Achane, because obviously he's a super talented back. It's a lot of receiving work, explosive. Is there any guy at running back in the league more capable of taking it the distance on breakaway? Probably not. Maybe Jahmyr Gibbs, you could argue. But despite all that, he's attached to what might be the worst offense in football, Sean. So hearing the hype on the level of workload Devon Achane is getting, is that easing some of your concerns? That even maybe he's less efficient, he's just going to get so much work that it evens itself out? But where are you at with Devon Achane? You hyped or not hyped?
I'm not hyped.
Get off this train now.
About
motherless
anything
scum.
involving the 2026 Miami Dolphins.
I have a ticket on DraftKings for Miami Dolphins fewest win total.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good
Cardinals,
sign.
they weren't the favorite. The Cardinals are the favorite, but
yeah,
I took the better odds.
I mean, he better be the centerpiece of this offense because
who else?
God help us if he
I don't know if
isn't.
God help us.
I heard this stat the other day, and I don't know if it's ever happened in the NFL before. They literally don't have a single receiver or tight end being drafted in regular size leagues right now in fantasy. They're all in regular size leagues. Are all going as undrafted players.
Malik Washington, Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert, Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell, who I kind of like, but
Chris Bell, but he's coming off the ACL.
Yeah, Greg Dulcich.
Nope.
Will Kakamaric.
Never heard of him.
Huh?
Sidhu Traore.
That's not a real person.
Terrence Marshall Jr.
I remember
Lord,
him
how many do they have?
from LSU.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jalen Rager.
No.
Oh my God, TCU.
Yeah,
TCU?
drafted one pick ahead of Justin
TCU
Jefferson.
has had some busts at wide receiver. Remember
Dotson?
Josh Doxson? Yeah.
I do remember him.
Yeah. I think he caught a touchdown against Texas when they were still in the Big 12, unfortunately.
Jalen Wright.
A lot of bums that you're reading off there. Yeah, it's going to be a bad offense
Yeah.
in Miami.
You know what? Quinn Ewers. We're good. Take the over.
Cam, how you feeling about Devon Achane?
I'm on it. I'm on the train.
You're on the train?
I'm on the train. I think he's going to get run into the ground, but...
Yeah, that is the ups. Like,
Yep.
That is the
Next year may suck, but
yes, preemptively.
Yep.
Out on 2027.
But all on board this year.
All right, one more piece. George Kittle ahead of schedule. Chance to play in week 1, Sean. Are you drafted George Kittle?
Hell no.
Get off this train now,
like
motherless scum.
Yeah, that is the right amount of.
Is that you looking right in George Kittle's eyes and saying?
Yes,
that?
word for word. I would say that to his face. If George Kittle walks in here right now, I am saying that. Yeah, I mean, he tore his Achilles so late last year.
January.
Yes, and we saw it with Jason Tatum in basketball, where it's like, yeah, you can make the comeback early, but also what happened to Jason Tatum in the most important game of the Sixers or the Celtics season in Game 7? He couldn't play. Like he pushed himself. They were very smart about it all throughout the regular season. The second they had to start pushing it in the first round of the playoffs, he couldn't finish the series. Playing NFL tight end, in my opinion, way more taxing than playing.
Especially since Kittle's one of the few tight ends that blocks. Or
Blocks.
fantasy tight ends that blocks.
Yes, like I to me, like I cannot see how this ends well for George Kittle.
So
out.
So you're out. But if forced to pick between the two guys coming back from season-ending injuries last year, are you more likely to draft? I guess I know the answer, but are you more likely to draft George Kittle or Tucker Kraft?
Oh,
Kraft.
What about you, Cam?
Yeah, I'm not on George Kittle. I mean, sure, if he's there like in the 10th round or 11th as a backup, sure. But as far as like any promise for him to be a tight end 1, no, definitely not.
I'd like to get off now.
I was never on.
Hop off.
I like these drops.
I threw my ticket away.
They've made it. All right, we might have to do a hype train every week as long as we got John here on the board. All right, other side of the break, we'll return here in the bullpen. It is time for Mount Rushmore Plus One. Brian, Cam, Sean, and John with you here on ESPN 97.5. Mount Rushmore Plus One when we return.
Bro, you know it, bro.
ESPN 97.5.
Got a project? We've got the solution. Visit Stokes Hardware, your trusted hometown hardware store since 1954. This is Kirsten Stokes with Stokes Hardware. Whether you're fixing a leak, painting a room, tackling yard work, or starting your next DIY project, we've got everything you need. Plumbing, paint, tools, electrical supplies, lawn care, and so much more. Stop by today and let our friendly team help you get the job done right. Stokes Hardware, your hometown hardware store since 1954. Se habla español.
Brinkman Quality Roofing, a local family-owned business, has 50 years experience in roof repairs, roof maintenance, and roof replacements on both homes and businesses. Brinkman's workmanship is backed by the largest roofing manufacturers against leaks for up to 30 years. Brinkman has 100% financing available and free, no-obligation estimates. Brinkman Quality Roofing is the one to call at 281-480-ROOF. That's 281-480-ROOF, or go to brinkmanquality.com. In a city as big and diverse as Houston, it's nice to know your bank still knows you. At Home Bank, their bankers aren't just here to help. They'll recognize you, know you, and earn your trust. They live here, work here, and care about community like you do. And because everyone's financial journey is different, the bankers take the time to understand what matters most to you. Right now, they're offering several banking specials designed with Houston in mind. Whether you're saving for tomorrow, growing your business, or planning your next big step. The best part? You don't have to figure it out alone. Stop by any of Home Bank's locations across Greater Houston, River Oaks, Pasadena, Sugar Land, Baybrook, Friendswood, and the newly opened banking center in Tomball. To speak with a banker who's ready to listen, answer questions, and help you find options that fit your goals. Home Bank, just real conversations with real solutions and opportunities. Go to home24bank.com to get started today. Good for business, good for life. Home Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Throughout the course of human history, singular moments have shaped who we are, who we'll become, and even the world as we know it. Some men discovered new worlds.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
One man advocated for the need to hire a contractor.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Others put pizza on a bagel.
When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
These these courageous men gazed upon a monument and asked, what if we add one more? This is Mount Rushmore plus one.
Welcome in, Houston, to the best part of your weekend. Welcome into Mount Rushmore plus one, the award-winning, game-changing segment that has forever changed the landscape of sports radio in Houston, in Texas, in America, worldwide, in fact. And we'll get Sean, Cam, myself, John Belmer, Joe George, Andrew Carlson, Josh Vance, RJ Saunders, and a whole host of others in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame in far less than 27 years it took those bums, John and Lance.
I don't mean to demean the contributions.
Shut up, you stupid ass. Shut up, you dummy.
I don't mean to, thank you, Lance.
Oh.
I don't mean to demean the contributions of some of the earlier names you mentioned.
Okay, but it sounds like you're about to do so.
But at what point do they get, I'm saying externally forgotten, like lost to the sands of time? You know?
Who's the first
like
to get
people
lost
don't
to the...
people don't talk about Jerry West as much as they did in 1975. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. So you're saying, and I know he watches sometimes, you're saying RJ Saunders should be written off to the same time.
I'm not saying he should.
Because he was the earliest.
You said should.
He was the original, me and RJ.
Yes, he was on the original Mount Rushmore plus one. Or he did one
he
of
did
the first
very
three.
Yeah, he did the very first one.
Yes. No, I'm not saying he should. I'm just saying.
It sounds like you're saying he should.
No,
RJ, if you're watching, I love you. Sean doesn't.
I just don't believe in the record keeping of
all right. I respect the history.
Texas Radio Hall of Fame.
I respect the
Hater
history
Sean.
of
Hater
this
Sean.
show. I respect the history of this segment.
I mean,
Sean just wants to throw everyone to the trash
I don't
heap of
want
history.
to. No, I said will it happen? Unfortunately,
John.
They don't
Does
live
Sean
in Texas anymore.
So when we all get in, Sean gets an
Maybe we don't let
asterisk.
Sean in.
He just gets an asterisk next to
maybe
his.
we don't let Sean in,
I
'cause
like
he wants
that
to pick other people out.
I'm the Kurt Schilling of this. I'm the one that.
Have you ever done a show with the bloody sock?
Or been,
No, not
or
a
been
radio
racist.
Not a radio show. What'd you say, Johnny?
Or been really racist.
Or been really racist. Yeah.
No.
I mean, not on there.
I haven't.
Yeah, that was kind of disrespectful.
That was kind of disrespectful.
Calling you the Kurt Schilling of the show.
Oh yes.
That was
yeah.
We
I
had
thought you said what I.
we had the Jason Statham of Houston Sports Radio and Brian McDonald. I was going to give you, because there's an open coming for this. I was going to give you the Vin Diesel of Houston Sports Radio show, but I think you just became the Kurt Schilling of Houston Sports Radio.
That cannot be an intro. That cannot do it.
Well, you're not even in the intro today.
I was going to say, I prefer not being in the intro than being the Kurt Schilling.
Well, I have to find one for Cam, but Jason Statham, Kurt Schilling, two of the members here of the bullpen.
The Paul Walker. Give me the Paul Walker.
Oh, we're doing Mount Rushmore plus one. That's what we're doing. Cam, you haven't said words this segment. Would you like to lead off?
Sure.
Okay.
So, excuse me.
Right into the mic, please.
My
Hey, got Lance at the Hall of Fame coughing right into the
That is
microphone.
true.
I didn't cough. I was clearing my throat.
Same difference.
Just as bad.
Okay. Well, so mine is foods that I can't have, or I feel like the taste completely goes away if one ingredient, like a topping or a sauce, is missing.
Okay.
Like I cannot.
One ingredient removed, and it goes from something you want to something you wouldn't order.
Basically,
Okay.
yes.
This
All right.
meal is a microchip.
Yes.
1 grain of sand.
Like you said earlier,
you, Chris.
5 fingers makes a fist. I
The
need a,
Chris Traeger of Houston Sports Radio. Is that better?
I would take literally almost anything to be Kurt Schilling. I said almost anything.
Yeah, almost.
almost.
I know there's a lot of H-Man talk on the morning show.
John Granado dropped the name. We can put that on you if you want.
I don't think we can, actually.
No, probably not. I don't think Michael Carroll would make that open.
What's your
Cam
Mount
list.
Rushmore?
Cam had a list.
Oh, yes. Hey. Sorry.
This
Hey, we're going to the top of the
we're
hour.
gonna go so long.
It's a free
this segment.
It's a free for all. Sorry, Astros. We didn't get to you today.
They'll be okay. So, first one. A Vietnamese place, specifically pho. If there's no sriracha, I'm not ordering pho.
Okay.
I have to have.
It has to be spicy.
I have to have
Yeah.
something in there. Yeah, I have to
Can
have
you
sriracha.
replace the sriracha with something else spicy, or does it have to be specifically sriracha?
I mean, I've done it where I've like added extra of like the little liquidy chili paste, but then it just like it makes the broth too like greasy and liquidy. Like at least with sriracha, it thickens it up, and I love sriracha. So
You like it thick.
Yes, yes, I like my bowls thick.
Continue.
A sandwich with no mayo, not happening.
Oh yeah.
Not
so you
happening.
need mayo?
I need mayo.
You can't have a sandwich so that include hamburgers?
No,
Or
No.
like specifically like deli sandwiches.
Deli sandwiches.
See, I could go mustard and be fine.
Like if I have sandwich makings at home and no mayo, I'm not making a sandwich.
Really? Yeah,
I will
I'm
go to
fine
the
with
store
mustard.
to get mayo. See, I'm not a mustard person.
Yeah. Huh. I need either mustard or mayo.
Same.
I'd prefer mustard, but I can do a light mayo, but I do need something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to have something. I would not, like you said, you'd make a trip to the store for it. Like, I would not. I would just like, all right, mustard's fine.
So then is Cam the Will Levis of this show?
Maybe
He is
he
the
is.
Will Levis.
There you go.
Will Levis.
We found
Mayo
his.
boy.
We found his role.
I do like mayo. So and then like a Euro place or like a Euro bowl. If there's no tzatziki sauce,
I'm with you.
Nope.
This is the one
not
I'm
happening.
with. This is the one I'm most with so far.
Not happening. Sorry. Can't do it.
I couldn't eat a Euro without tzatziki.
Yeah. Salads. I love salads, but you're a psycho to me if you can eat a dry salad. I have to have.
People order it without dressing?
I've seen people eat salads without dressing.
Really?
Yeah, and I've also seen the people that get salads and then they get dressing on the side and then they
Yeah, I do
dip
that.
their lettuce
Oh, no, I don't do that part.
into the
I usually get on the side.
into the dressing. But I have to have at least like ranch or something. I
Yeah.
cannot eat a dry salad.
No, that's insane.
And then waffles with no syrup. I've seen people
Also insane.
Yeah, I've seen people do it with just butter. I cannot eat a waffle or a pancake if
I actually
there's no
don't
syrup.
like butter on my pancakes or waffles. I just prefer syrup.
I think I almost prefer more butter than syrup, but
But
I
you
still
have to have some
I
syrup.
still have to have
You know
syrup.
what's coming
Yeah.
to Chick-fil-A next week?
Oh, yeah.
The chicken waffles sandwich.
Yeah, I saw that.
I went in the
A
I guess-
one-time deal.
I went in yesterday, and they actually had a sample of it, so I got to try like a little small piece of it.
Ooh.
It's pretty freaking
They had
good.
samples?
Yeah, they had samples.
But it's a one-time limited offer, isn't it? Like a one-day thing.
No, I thought it was a seasonal thing because they always do those seasonal things that are around
Oh.
for like 3-4 months. I thought it was seasonal, but
Well,
we're
I'm
also
gonna.
doing a s'mores shake. So
Oh my
if
god.
you're wanting to be fat,
I was gonna say,
there's a day.
But I feel like you can go to Chick-fil-A and get a lot of food and not feel as bad as you would if you got like the equivalent at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, that's how I've
Yeah.
lost almost 60 pounds. It's because I just eat Chick-fil-A all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
hell.
The Jared Fogel of
Oh my
ESPN
God.
97.
I did.
Oh no!
That one's making the intro for sure.
I can't talk.
That's
for a little
one
while.
of the that's one of the things Jared Fogel did.
I can't talk. I think John has to go next. Like I can't talk right now.
Belmer?
Damn it.
Yeah. I think
Yep.
HR
I'm
is
just gonna
gonna
sit
hear
over
about
here
this
in
one.
shame for a little bit.
Yep.
To be fair,
I mean, I deny the allegations. but
to be fair,
It took
you
a while.
you did call him the Kurt Schilling of the
I
show,
did.
so you deserve
I
it.
deserve the comeback.
Turnabout is fair.
I deserve the comeback. Belmer, you go next.
All right. I don't know if y'all seen this, but in November of this year, we're finally going to get Grand Theft Auto 6.
Hell, Sean and I are talking about
Did you
taking
say
vacation days.
Did you say you weren't sure if we knew that?
Yeah, I wasn't, but I
Sean and I
guess
are literally considering taking vacation days.
I guess I should have expected that. But did y'all see what the military's doing for a they call it a retention like attempt? I don't know if y'all seen this, but apparently if you are at the Fort Stewart in Georgia, you can sign up for a 4-day like pass for the weekend dedicated to playing Grand Theft Auto. So like if you're stationed there, the requirement for that is though you do have to sign a re-enlistment for at least 2 to 6 years.
Jeez.
In order
You got to give the government 2
to get
years
that,
to play
yes.
GTA for 4 days.
in order to get GTA for 4 days. But I mean, it might be worth it if you're planning
If
on
you were gonna
re-enlisting
do it
already.
anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it
They
anyway.
said dozens of people have already signed up for it. But Grand Theft Auto's coming, and I'm excited. But seeing that story inspired my Mount Rushmore plus one of, when you're riding around in the car, running from the cops or doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah, of course.
And you turn on the
In
radio.
GTA.
This is my Mount Rushmore plus
Life
one.
is GTA.
What?
No,
What'd you say?
don't.
Keep going. Keep going.
This is my Mount Rushmore plus one of sports announcers or people in sports that I want calling my police chases as I go through the game.
There's a right answer here for number one.
There's a right. Well, I'm gonna go from 5 down to 1.
Okay.
Number 5, I cheated a little bit because I was doing play-by-play announcers, and this guy's not a play-by-play announcer. But number 5 is Charles Barkley.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I want him to tell me how terrible
Yeah.
everything that I'm doing in the game is.
I mean, I could go for just all the inside the NBA guys just reacting.
For sure. Yeah, like just all of them on a channel. Yeah, I think you kind of nailed that.
No, that's all
right. Number 4 for me is just my favorite guy. Besides he is drunk, I can't think of it. But Kevin Harlan.
That was my number 1.
That was your number 1. Okay.
No, there's another.
There are several other ones I think are
beating
better.
his chest.
Yes, but I think Kevin Harlan's my favorite guy, and I want to go to like the strip club or something, order a bunch of drinks, get drunk, and then drive around and have Kevin Harlan tell me how drunk I am. Yeah. Number 3, Mike Breen.
Oh,
I could just
let him bang.
Yes, I could just imagine like,
every time you shoot somebody that you shouldn't, just
or a rocket launcher.
Slap a guy as you're carjacking him. Bang!
A rocket launcher at a police helicopter was what I thought. Number
I want that so bad.
Number 2, Chris Berman, because I want what's the sound? Not the back, the other one. Maybe I'm mixing them up. But wasn't he the guy that did the whoop? Like, what sound was it? Yeah, whatever sound it was. Whenever people would juke, like I want to hear that as I like fly through the highway going back and forth. From Mike. Yes,
That's a funny one.
You got
Nobody circles the wagons like John Bilmer.
Hey, I like that. I'm gonna cut that. And then number 1, the guy himself, Jeremy Branham. I got him number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking like Bruce Buffer or something.
Here we go. So you're cutting through traffic.
He's really good at reading the holes and penetrating through them.
It's a pretty good call.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Call.
Gus Johnson is incensed that he's left off this.
Yeah.
Like he literally,
he almost.
He literally once said about Chris Johnson, former Titans running back. He's got running away from the cop speed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He
literally said it.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, Gus Johnson. I think I would have subbed out Berman for Gus.
Yeah, that's tough. I would have subbed out Brandon.
I'm being a good teammate. All right, my Mount Rushmore +1. I think continuing the things that annoy Sean. What I say, last couple weeks have been NFL quarterbacks who aren't NFL quarterbacks.
Makes no sense.
I often describe some players who are timeless as having Wolverine blood.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Sean always like.
Not really what that means.
What does that mean? I'm sure. What does that mean? So this is my Mount Rushmore +1.
It's the X gene.
I know. I'm running with it though. But I'm just, Mount Rushmore +1 of athletes who have, in fact, Sean, Wolverine blood.
Okay.
Number 1 or first one on the list, Nolan Ryan. Pitched for 4 decades. Dude, at 45, I didn't find this out or remember this until I looked at this yesterday. At age 45, he had made 27 starts with an ERA under 4. At age 45.
Yeah.
That is great.
Wolverine blood. Next one on the list, because how could you do this without this guy? Cal Ripken Jr. Yep. Like literally had the record for most consecutive
Iron
games
Man
played. So how could you have this list without the legend Cal Ripken Jr.? Next on my list of Mount Rushmore +1 of athletes who had Wolverine blood, Derrick Henry. He's timeless.
Yeah.
Dude is like 33. He still ran for almost 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns last year.
Yeah,
and I think he's going to do it again.
I was going to say, even the fantasy football community, where when the second your 28th birthday hits, they're like, oh, drop off's coming.
Off. Yeah. They would have put you out in a flaming raft like a Viking.
What, 20 minutes ago, you said that about Saquon Barkley, who's 29.
Yeah, not Derrick Henry though, because he has Wolverine blood. See, that's the difference. Saquon Barkley, no Wolverine blood.
Yeah.
Next one on the list, Frank Gore. I think he's had every ACL torn in his knee multiple times, and he still was rushing out there to the age of like 36.
I'm surprised he's still not going.
Yeah, he played to the time where his son was at the NFL.
Yeah,
not nearly as good as Papa, but Frank Gore was still rushing and breaking tackles. I think he was literally at the age of 36 in the NFL, which is absolutely insane. And last one on the list, athletes with Wolverine blood. Shout out to a Texas guy. Don't sit across from him at a poker table, though. It's Adrian Peterson. He's the last running back to win NFL MVP and did so coming off a season in which he tore his ACL. And another running back that played deep into his 30s. Like every year he was with the Seahawks and the Lions and the Cardinals and the Titans and the Saints. Like he was just kind of like, Washington he was, like just like Frank Gore, like he was just played forever.
Yeah.
Timeless.
That's you know what? Good list.
Thank you.
Good list, Brian. I'll be a bigger man.
Indisputable.
Yeah.
athletes that have Wolverine
because
blood.
part of it's like it would be guys who get hurt, and I'm like, well, that's the whole thing. Is like they got hurt. Like
Wolverine
George Kittle.
takes the bullet, but he heals. I think he heals super fast.
I think you said George Kittle. I was like, I don't think George Kittle actually has a Wolverine.
No, he probably does. I didn't put him on the list though.
Yes, no, but the 5 you picked are good.
All right. Main event mates.
All right, in honor of Texans owner Cal McNair and his cookout that he has annually. I think he has it earlier this week.
It was Tuesday.
My Mount Rushmore +1 is Mount Rushmore +1 of foods I want to see Cal McNair cook.
Okay.
All right. I'm in on this.
Number 1, burgers, reason for the season. I think he does it well. I think I actually don't. I don't know.
I hope he doesn't cook them well. I hope he cooks them medium.
Number 2, pancakes. Pancakes, because hey, if there's one thing I know he knows how to do, it's flip something.
Yeah, he can flip it.
Pretty easy.
Flip it real good.
I feel like he would like pancakes. I don't know that.
Is that
for
a fact?
sure.
He does look like a pancake guy.
He just looks like someone. Who
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
Like some people, you're like, oh, maybe they like waffles more. I feel like he likes pancakes more. Number 3, this will be the last breakfast food. I promise. Omelets, because omelets are a little tough.
Ooh.
And I just want to see if he can handle it.
If he has the fine motor
Are they really
skills,
tough?
I want to see, like, that's me putting some belief in him, and like I want to see what he's made of.
Yeah, omelets are deceptively tough to make.
Yeah, I don't even know how deceptive it is.
I don't know how tough they really are to make.
It's like one of the first things they teach you in cooking school.
Cam's our resident chef on the show. How difficult is it to make a omelet?
A really good omelet.
How difficult is it to make an omelet?
Like a really good omelet.
Well, you gotta crack some eggs.
Honestly, if you can nail the eggs, everything is a cakewalk from there.
Yeah, but the eggs, it's like one of the. It's not the hardest, but it's a harder level than like scrambled,
scrambling, or just doing fried. Yeah,
yes. But that's what I'm saying is that it's
and also
like
getting it rolled correctly.
Yeah, it's like one step up of preparing that.
That one I feel like Cal would find a way to mess up.
Yeah. You don't have belief in a good old cow.
This one is more like a type of food that I would want to see where Cal McNair takes it, but any sort of munchies / craving type food.
Ooh.
You know, like you see those. A lot of times it's like a food truck where it's like, you know, some weird combination of like, you know, munchy food, whatever, and it's churro nachos or something.
Waffle tacos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would just want to see Cal McNair's take on it. I would want to see like how he in a I guess this is more of a chopped like scenario or like a competitive cooking show.
It's gonna have
scenario.
no seasoning at all.
So we're giving him a basket with 4 ingredients and say, hey, get to work.
Fry an Oreo. I don't know. I want to see what he does. And last but not least, I want the full presentation that comes with this. I want to see him do a Benihana style onion volcano.
Oh,
wow!
I want to see him do the. With the thing on the flat.
Yeah, flip up the shrimp, get it laying in his pocket.
I want to see him dressed up as a Benihana chef.
Yes.
I want to see the entire thing.
I don't know if I need anything in my life more right now than Cal McNair working at Benihana.
Houston Texans, if you're listening to this,
please make this happen.
I think you are. I think the burger thing it's not going stale, but it's verging on running its course. It's no longer a big deal. How you get it back? Put him in the Benihana suit. Have him whip up some Benihana.
Good. You know, that's what AI's for. Could probably make that happen. And AI make it happen.
Yeah, we can 100%. I vow I will do everything in my power, which is just this, to make it happen.
Which ends at the end of the sentence.
Yes. I mean, then there's not really anyone I could text either that could help out. I was thinking maybe
we could pass this idea along to like Will Kunkel, and he can ask him at a press conference.
Yeah, that's probably
that's probably the extent of
best
your power.
I could do.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I will do that, but but yes, I want to see him do a Benihana.
I need that so much.
Full presentation, including it has to include the onion volcano.
Yes. I would also like to include it has to have the flipping the shrimp up into a pocket.
Yeah,
or shrimp up into something,
or a hat,
someone's mouth,
into the mouth, or a hat or something.
Yeah, into the mouth.
It's got.
Gonna eat it anyways.
It's got to happen. Cam,
What?
I love you. All right, let's finish up the show like we always do. What our worst people in sports this week and what we love from sports this week. Starting off here with our worst people in sports this week. I have 2 nominations. One, Roger Goodell, for this whole idea of trying to make NFL in Europe happen. Like, I just hard pass. Like, I don't want it. One, for multiple reasons. I think the main one being that, like,
this is
how
America.
many watchable NFL teams are there right now? And you want to divide the talent out more?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess unless you're talking about moving a team, then I'd be more open to it. But it still leads to the next problem that I have is, like, how do you schedule it?
Yeah, the logistics is weird.
Unless you put like 4 teams over there and you could play like a 4 on, 4 off, like pod thing. Unless you're doing that, like the scheduling is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I just have no interest in NFL moving to like if they want to put a team in Mexico or Canada, cool.
Yeah,
but Europe I'm out.
Yeah.
Europe I'm out.
And I'm not sure if they want it either.
No, I don't think they do either. And my other nomination for worst person in sports this week is just the AL West. It's just a dumpster fire. Like I was telling this, I think to Sean off there.
Worst
like,
person, the AL West.
It is. Like the entire division has a negative run differential. The entire freaking division. The best team in the division is 1 game over 500. I would have no problem if Rod Manfred just said, you know what, AL West, you're sitting this year out. Like, we're not putting you in the playoffs. Like, number 1 seed just gets a bye.
You're riding the pine.
You're just riding the pie. Like, I would have no problem with that whatsoever. It's just a dumpster fire division. Cam, your worst person?
Well, mine is similar to John, so I'm going to go to my second one so he can have it.
You can tag team this one.
Yeah, go ahead and tag team it.
Okay. Well,
what are you tag teaming, Sean, Cam?
What are you and John Belmer sharing?
Yeah,
we are tag teaming dildos on the court.
Wait a second.
Damn, you weren't supposed to actually.
What do you mean? You guys
just say Bilbo. At least say Bilbo.
Bilbo Baggins?
Yeah,
sex toys like you have written in the document. That could be you could write anything in this document and be okay. And you wrote sex toys, but then on air.
Luckily, no one's listening right now. I think on air is not.
The FCC.
Is that not an allowed word?
I think it's technically allowed. Someone could call in and complain. That's a whole.
Yeah. Also, Dalton Varsho is my worst person in sports.
All right, he is a Bilbo. That is for sure. All right,
he's not even worthy of Bilbo Baggins.
By the way, I just want to clarify: we're not sharing that.
No, we're not. Yeah. I mean,
no.
I mean, you guys shared. It's in the doc.
Yeah. What's your thing for this segment?
I just hate people throwing sex toys onto the WNBA.
See, that's
courts.
how it's done, Cam. He said sex toys. Sean, who's your worst person?
I was just being specific.
The David Mulugeta for demanding $70 million a year from
he
CJ
did,
Stroud,
obviously.
according to sources.
I saw the report.
Yeah, I saw it
Verified
verified from ESPN itself.
Yahoo Sports had it.
Yes,
I mean, it clearly happened.
I'm Yard Barker. I'm sure had it.
Yeah, Bleacher Report probably.
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated probably had it.
David Mulugeta, $70 million.
Bad person. All right, let's stop swimming with the Anger Sharks. Talk about what we love from sports this week. Audio here. Actually, we don't have time for this. We'll be way over. But what I love from sports this week was Kyle Brandt's comparison of the Dallas Cowboys to Taco Bell. That year after year, like the menu items keep changing, but it's the same 4 ingredients year after year. You know, it's shell, meat, cheese, lettuce, tomato, but they just call it something different because this one has nacho cheese on it instead of shredded cheese.
Yeah.
It's a different item. Seek out that audio. It was a great comparison, or analogy, that is, from Kyle Brandt. Cam?
So mine's a personal one. Tuesday was very sportsy. I got to go to spring training and then the Astros game later that day.
You
So
got to go to spring training in August?
training camp. Apologies.
Boom, roasted.
I did have some roast at the Astros game, actually.
Okay.
I was in the Gallagher suite.
John, because I like what you put here, and you for various reasons. What is the thing you love?
I knew you'd like this one.
I love this one.
Y'all heard about the fight between the Cowboys and Saints?
Of course.
Well, apparently one of the Saints players, Robert, I don't know how to pronounce Reiston.
Rocksteiner.
Brock, yeah. Sorry, Brock. Son of Braun Breaker, WWE guy.
No, cousin.
Cousin. Oh, I thought it was son.
No.
Oh, anyway.
He's the son of Scott Steiner.
Scott
Okay.
Steiner.
Well,
Big
either way, not a wrestling guy. But I love the fact that he's got wrestling in his lineage, and then he did a suplex on, on the Cowboys guy.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. It's been two times he's been the person one of us loves. He is sneaking up on anti-Paul Pierce status.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce famously always the person one of us hates.
Mostly Josh Evans.
Yes, but he probably had like a month straight of being the person we hate. Yeah. Little Papa Pump.
Papa Pump.
I guess that
he's genetically gifted.
He's a freak.
He's a
freak
freak
in nature.
Yeah.
My thing I loved in sports this weekend is synergistic brand deals in college sports. Specifically, Georgia football partnering with Progressive Insurance for on-field advertisements inside their stadium. I think that's
no notes.
That's hand in glove. I think if you're on the roads anywhere near Athens, it's probably best that you have insurance, car insurance.
I would say
if you're anywhere near a Georgia football player.
Anywhere in the vicinity.
Including at the stadium watching them play.
It's perfect. All right. For John Belmer behind the glass, for Cam, for Sean as well, I'm Brian McDonough. Thank you for listening this week, Houston. We'll be back next week. Have a great weekend. Peace. Dragged his Branhams across the face.
Yeah.
You gonna be all right, Cam?
I don't know why I found that so funny.
Are you picturing it?
Kind of. I just pictured just somebody laying on the ground and Jeremy
No.
Sam Monson laying on the ground.
Edit.